Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Poppies fans, wherever you may be, to the Impact Arena for Alfreton Town versus Kettering Town in the Vanarama National League North. It's actually quite a good pitch, considering a couple of days ago we were being told it was 100% not going ahead. And then this morning at the 9 o'clock pitch inspection it was told that it was going ahead. And we've got here, and I can't see any reason why it wouldn't have gone ahead, Paul.
No, it's quite a surprise actually. Like you, at 9 o'clock I thought I'll stay in bed here and not bother getting out, but it was a go ahead. And looking at the pitch, looks in good condition. Having words with the Alfreton people prior to the game, they all said it was the far side. It doesn't get much sun, a bit like Rockingham Road, where you couldn't get the sun over the Britannia Road area, but it looks fine. The news is, though, isn't good for Pompey's fans. The team lineup, we can only name 3 on the bench. I'll just give you the side. Paul White in goal, number 2 Gary Storer, 3 Matt Taylor, 4 Luke Graham, 5 Michael McGrath, 6 Brett Solkin, 7 Dan Enty, 8 Tree Mitford, 9 Connor Kennedy, 10 Ben Milnes and 11 Marcus Kelly. Just 3 subs, 12 Michael Richards, 14 Joel Carter and 15 Mo Saber. Lyndon Meikle injured himself in training. He's out for at least 2 weeks, so we believe. O'Connor, of course, has got this mystery injury. We're not quite sure how long he's going to be out. Joe Scars is at the game today, and he's had a quick word with him. He said he should be available probably in about 2 to 3 weeks, but not much of a replacement, said, if things go wrong or awry for the Kettering this afternoon.
No, not at all. And in all fairness, Paul Cox, under his tenure, hasn't used substitutes very often in games. Rarely does he use all 3.
Good job.
Well, yeah, exactly. He will not want to use all 3 really today if he can help it. But it's not a full bench, shall we say.
In goal for Alfred today, making his second debut for the club, is Jordan Wright. And those of you who can cast your minds back to a couple of seasons ago, Jordan played when Paul White was suspended, played at Baseford, played 4 games for Kettering. From Nottingham Forest, he stars in goal for Alfreton Town. The Reds, Josh Claxton is 2, 3 is Danny Preston, 4 Josh Thacker, 5 Dominic Smith, 6 Shane Willock, 7 Connor Branston, 8 Judah Bayo, 9 Danny Clark, 10 leading goal scorer Amari Morgan Smith, and 11 Bobby Johnson. Alfreton are in 11th place in the league on 25 points. They've won 4, drawn 1 and lost 3 of their home fixtures, and their game last Saturday against Gloucester at the Impact Arena was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. So there we are. Team news today, as I say, Jay Williams, who people thought would play today, he's still suspended. He should be available for the Boxing Day game against Brackley Town. And of course, after the game at Brackley, there is Dr. Busker on in the clubhouse. So a good day there to be had by all. Alfreton's last 4 or 5 results read like this. They lost 3-1 to Gateshead, lost away at York 1-0, beat Hereford away 2-1, lost 3-0 at Chester, lost here at the Impact against Spenamore 2-0, and also Farsley Celtic 4-2. So results not been good for the side, and let's hope that continues today, as the rain, I think, is just beginning to come down for the first time since we've been travelling down here. Manager Billy Heath, of course, for Alfreton Town, and it is quite nice, that, isn't it? Looking on our left-hand side here, looking at some familiar objects from Rockingham Road. Yes, there's a load of seats from the main stand. There, to the left of us, opposite from our commentary position, we have Filbert Street seats as well. So Alfreton go around the grounds pitching all the seats.
Well, why not? If they're for sale, you might as well. Yes, if you've never been to the Impact Arena, fortunately for the fans that are here, not a lot of covered if you're shooting towards our left of the first half. There's how many rows are there? About 5-6 rows of seats spanning the width of the pitch behind the goal, open-aired though. Opposite us there is the first third open-aired seating, and then 2/3 covered seating. To our right there is almost sort of a 3-tiered terracing system with the back middle covered, and then this near side is a couple of rows of seats all covered, spanning the length of the pitch. The 2 dugouts today, we are behind the one on the left of the halfway line, which is the away dugout. and then the one to the right is, well, I think is actually a bit lower because you can see the curvature of the earth between it.
Yeah, I think we mentioned before, I'm not sure where it was, about the longest distance between, I think it was at Leaston, or the longest distance between two dugouts, but this certainly has to come into the equation as the rain now comes down a bit heavier. Let's hope this doesn't continue, otherwise you never know what could happen here at the Impact. If they put the hose pipes on as well, you could say it might be game abandoned, but let's hope that doesn't come into it. Teams milling around the halfway line. Peter Short having to put his hood up. He's taking photographs today for us all. Started out in sandals and flip-flops, now he's in Wellingtons. So that shows you the conditions. It was a good journey down. A bit of trouble on the M1, about a 6-7 mile tailback from an accident on the other side of the carriageway, but all the Poppies fans have made it, and the teams come out. Kettering playing in blue and white stripes, blue shorts and white socks, and Alfreton playing in all red with a little yellow flash trim on the front. Paul White playing in all green. Jordan Wright is in all yellow. Of course, as I say, he played for the Poppies a couple of seasons ago under Marcus Law. And Paul Cox, John Ramshaw walking in front of us, going to the dugouts. And there's Michael Richards as well, one of the substitutes. So we're about to get underway here. Referee, if I can find his name, which I can't, as I can, is Scott Simpson, assisted by Ashley Royston and Matthew Tyers. Lyndon Meikle then not available for this game, a former Alfreton player. Craig Westgar once played for Alfreton Town, of course, and record here isn't particularly good, but we will see if that can change. As I say, Kettering down to the bare bones this afternoon. Could only name 3 substitutes. Is that on the screen yet, Ed? Yep, it's on your screen, so you can see both lineups. And we are about to get underway here at the Impact Arena. I almost said the Impact Crater, but it's the Impact Arena. And referee is putting a little to his mouth. He's getting over the captains. Captain today for Kettering is Luke Graham, and Shane Willock is the captain. Shane Willock, the number 6, is the captain for the Reds.
Killock, not Willock.
Handshake taking place, and Kettering look like they'll be staying where they are. They'll be kicking from right to left to the open end towards the Rockingham Road seats, and Alfreton kicking obviously the opposite way towards the Impact Life Com stand, the little stand behind Paul White's goal mouth. Not a big crowd. We'll give you the attendance of that a little later if we can. It's going to be Kettering to kick off. It's Marcus Kelly over the ball. You'll listen to Poppies TV audio with Ed Palmer, myself, Paul Cook, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, your local brewery. And the referee is turning back towards us, giving us a little wave. Hello, ref. And he's looking at his sundial. Won't get much out of that at the moment because it's very, very gloomy over here. And he's just signalled to his both linesmen. Look at his watch again. It's an interesting move by the referee. Nodded 3 times, sat down again, stood up again. Very finicky this is, isn't it? And we're off. Kelly then back to Connor Kennedy. He pumps the ball forward towards Mitford, making a rare start. It arrives at Obayo on the far side. He gets it through to Johnson, and he runs that out for a Kettering Town throw-in just by the halfway line. So it is Solken, who missed the game last week at Manchester with the throw-in. He flicks it on towards NT. NT is pushed in the back. It's cleared though by Alfreton. Solken gets in. It ricochets off him to Ben Mills. He feeds the ball through now to chase here for Mitford. Mitford's coming out. Out comes the goalkeeper down easily. Jordan Wright getting his first touch of the afternoon. Getting his nice yellow kit rather mucky, especially his socks as he gathered the ball from Mitford, who chased him down. Right, he's out of his penalty area, delivers the ball long, low trajectory. Luke Graham's there, misses the ball, and it goes straight through to Paul White on the far side. Away comes Salkin by the halfway line, pumps the ball forward towards Enty, but it's going to be Kelly that gets the ball, finds Storer on the far side. Storer puts the ball in, there's nobody there though, and it is Claxton who heads the ball away for the home side. It's back in by Kelly, but it finds its way back to Morgan Smith, leading goal scorer. It's Morgan Smith going for it. Luke Graham having to show his class here, gets it ball back to Paul White, and a bit of pace there. The leading goal scorer is Morgan Smith on 11 goals, one to be watched out for. Big, powerful, strong. He gets the ball back to Bio. He beats Matt Taylor. Little flick there. Good work here from Alfreton. Ball comes in low. Could be a chance, and Salkin gets the ball, and Paul White is then fouled in trying to collect it, and it's a free kick to the Poppies. Paul Cox not happy with that attack, Ed, and saying that was too easy.
Yeah, he just went past Matt Taylor like he wasn't there on that attack. It's going to be a a free kick, isn't it, for Paul White? It's effectively a goal kick, though. In the all green kit. He surveys it, looks like it'll be going over to the far side. It is, he slips as he takes the kick. Loses some distance on it, and it's headed back by Alfreton, brought down by the number 9. Graham cuts out, hits long, Enty does win the header, and the 4 is now forced to turn out and play long again. That's a foul. Yeah, Salkin had put too much of a push on the back of, I think that's the number 8, Jude Oyibo. No, it wasn't, sorry, apologies. It was the 10, Amari Morgan Smith. So it's always the case, whenever you want them to turn around and show the number, they spend the longest time looking straight at you. Free kick comes in then high. Luke Graham gets a header on it, and it's going towards the corner flag. It won't go out, it's been kept in. Back to the 4. 4 takes a touch, all on the right hand side now. Back out to the 8, who goes past Matt Taylor. Cross comes in, blocked by Marcus Kelly, out for a corner.
Early pressure then from Alfreton. Paul Cox and staff out here looking at this run. The concern how easily Alfreton are getting down this right hand side, but it's going to be a corner taken by Bobby Johnson. It's to our right. There's only Mitford up front for Kettering, as everybody is in the penalty area just outside it. Johnson comes in towards the back post. Paul White left there, free header, and that flicks off, and I think Salkin's going to either let this go out or deliver it. He's going to have to deliver it. He's under pressure, and it comes off the number 8 and ricochets for a Kettering town throw-in on the far side by a refreshment bar over the other side. I think it's a refreshment bar over the other side there. But yeah, a little hodgepodge ground this, but been here a few times in the past. Hasn't changed too much. Just the standard of play has changed a bit because we're in the Conference National, I think, last time I came here. But a throw in then, Salkin with it, trying to find Enty. Doesn't, finds Thacker. He pumps the ball, it comes up, puts the ball out. That would be a Kettering throw in. Salkin goes to left it, it'll change the mind. It's Alfreton throw in, so Salkin's left it, and Danny Preston having to go and retrieve the ball. Salkin left it. Throw in on the far side, it's Thacker with it. Trying to find the number 8, he has done. Good work there. This is the number 8 now. Yep. He gets it to Claxton. Claxton out to Ibio. Here he comes, and Kelly gets a foot in. Can Taylor stop this going out for a corner? He can. And gets it to Kelly. Kelly back to Taylor. Taylor just pumps the ball towards Connor Kennedy. He's beaten to it, but Kelly gets the ball back to Mitford. Mitford takes one touch, goes down. No foul, says the referee. It's back with Claxton. And it comes off Mitford for an Alfreton throw-in. More pressure from the home side. And
yeah, piling it on, aren't they? And they've already identified what they believe, I think, to be Kettering's weakness, which is this, well, their right-hand side, Kettering's left. And they're putting a lot on Matt Taylor at the moment. He's not necessarily dealing with it.
No, and away comes Clark. He's down by the corner flag. Gets the ball over. Salkin gets it out. Mills going to get there first. He does get it to Storer. As Johnson was bearing down, it's just hooked out. It comes off the Alfreton player, and it will be a throw-in to the Poppies. And Storer limping after that. That's all we can want now, is for Storer to go off with the substitute bench sadly lacking. He's stumbling around over there on the far side at the moment, wincing in pain. I'm not sure what happened to him. He's not asking for any assistance. Enty beaten to the ball.
Or was it Curzon Ashton where we saw Michael Richards going to right back? There's an option for Paul Cox. Hopefully he doesn't have to use it.
Well, yes, he's not got many to choose from to go out there if things get desperate in the second half. It's another throw in to, well, now it's to Alfreton. Being lacklustre at the moment, but Kelly's gone to retrieve the ball. Sure what's happening here. It's in fact a throw in to Kettering after all that. It's Sulkin with it, just by the halfway line. Trying to find Enty, he's beaten to it, but Mitford wins the ball now. Mitford is through, gets the ball to Enty. Enty comes outside, but is beaten to it. Won by McGrath, and there's a foul. Play has to go back. Enty late, and the referee not going to do anything about it to Enty, but he's having a quick word now
with him. Yeah.
Was a bit late, wasn't he? Enty tends to do that, doesn't he? He's a bit late sometimes and gets himself into
I don't think there was a lot
situations he doesn't need to.
I'll be honest, the fact that the Alfreton players back up and trotting around suggested he maybe made a little bit of a meal of it.
Yeah, Dominic Smith seems okay to me. He's just making note of Enty's number. Ball back with McGrath. Conor Kennedy just hooks it anywhere. He finds Abayo, and there's a chance here, but Taylor does well. McGrath does well, gets the ball wide out to Taylor. Will do well to keep this in. He does keep it in, but having to get the ball away, it finds Smith. He finds Conor Kennedy, switches it on the far side. Ball doesn't reach Storer, but it does reach Preston. He plays the ball wide out to the influential number 8. He's having quite a good game on Matt Taylor at the moment. He's going round him one time, going round him again. He's beat him easy. Ball comes in, cannons off Matt Taylor, and goes out for a corner. We have to watch the number 8 down this side.
Judy Ebo is making a mockery of Matt Taylor at the moment in this first
beating
half.
him both ways, inside and outside. It's going to be a dangerous opponent this afternoon. It's going to be Bobby Johnson to take the corner again. It's Alfreton's second corner of the game so far.
Michael McGrath is down at the moment. I think he blocked the cross with an area that
we can't mention.
Yeah. Corner comes in then. The 11 taking it, Johnson. Paul White stumbles, has to punch. And that's laid to the edge of the box for the 4. Goes out wide to the 3. Cross in, good cross in. Paul White, easier that time for him. Keeps his footing. Paul White did very well from that corner, actually, considering he started off half falling over, to be honest. Managed to get it away. And now he has the ball in his hands. Surveying the options in front of him. Looks like it may come over to his near side. It looks to be Enty who's the target. It's been flicked on, and Mitford's going to try and close down the goalkeeper again. Jordan Wright comes out, collects nice and easily, and bowls out to his left for the 4th. Thacker goes forward, cut out by Graham. Oh no, sorry, it was McGrath, and then Sulkin's clearance has gone behind him, and there's a chance now for Alfreton. Cut out by Kennedy. Graham plays it back to Paul White, and Paul White then smashes it out of play into the stand. I think Paul White didn't appreciate that from Luke Graham, I don't think.
No, I think it's going to be the pattern of the game, isn't it? It's going to be a very defensive affair from Kettering, nothing going forward really, and it just depends how long Kettering can hold out defensively. I would think at the moment it's all Alfreton, and Paul White I think is going to be under a lot of pressure as the number 9 Danny Clark loses the ball, and it's a throw into Kettering on the far side. Not much, as I say, on the substitutes bench for Kettering, just Richards, Carter and Mo Seba. Seba, of course, only played that one game, one appearance. Flicked on, Welcome beating the ball, but Milnes wins it, just hooks it anywhere for Enty to chase. Smith underneath it, gets the ball. Can Kelly get there? He can. He chests it down, hooks it towards Enty. It's now with Taylor. Taylor now, the chance here for Kettering. Can he get one in? Bit of a heavy challenge there. He has to play the ball back. Conor Kennedy under pressure. Has to play the ball. Goes down, and a foul on Conor Kennedy by Connor Branston, who's not very happy with the referee's decision, but he gives Kettering a free kick and a chance to put Jordan Wright under pressure.
Yeah, first real chances for Kettering. Well, you could call it a chance as long as there's a good delivery. With Ben Milnes, it would be to make that delivery. It's about 10 yards inside the Alfreton half on the left-hand side of the pitch. There's a lot of running about in the penalty area. Yeah, so In comes the ball. Flag stays down. Headed forward, and Mitford can't quite get there. He was well marshalled by the two Alfreton defenders. And the ball goes through to Jordan Wright. Of course, Trey Mitford, I believe, only one goal.
Yes, only one goal.
Equaliser against Blythe.
That is true. Very important goal.
Also, the scrappiest goal I've seen for about 4 seasons.
I thought it was a marvellous goal.
Great finish as he.
Don't lose your phone, Jack.
Yeah, it was a great finish as he bobbled it over the line from half a yard. And that's a great ball out to Gary Storr on the right hand side. Now here's a chance on the edge of the area. Ball in low, easily cleared away though for a Kettering throw in.
Yeah, that was definitely a chance. If Storr could have got the ball over better, then there was a chance there for Kettering. It's going to be a long throw in by Connor Kennedy as the Kettering fans begin to find their voice on our left hand side under cover. A few behind the goal mouth in the Rockingham Road seats. I suppose someone trying to find their old seat if they can, but it's going to be Connor Kennedy with the throw in. He's wiping it down. No towels from here at Alfreton. Kennedy then with the long throw in. Comes in towards Luke Graham, headed out easily though, and it goes back to Connor Kennedy, who takes a touch under pressure from the number 10, goes down, and that is a throw in again to the Poppies. Thought there might be a foul, but no. Morgan Smith came in rather quickly to Connor Kennedy. Throw-in comes in again. Another long attempt towards McGrath, headed out by Dominic Smith. Johnson gets the header up. Mills underneath it. Can't do much about it. Kennedy trying to get the ball, but he does get the ball. Does well. Ball comes in towards the back post. There is Salkenman, headed out by Clackstone, and that should be Kettering's first corner of the afternoon.
Definitely is great ball in that from Connor Kennedy. Salcombe putting some pressure on Claxton, forcing him behind for a corner. So Ben Mills comes all the way across to take this.
Is that the lesser spotted Jordan Vidal I can see in the stand over there?
Who?
Exactly. Jonathan Vidal.
I don't know. So Ben Mills, corner, in it comes. Keeper punches away, good punch as well, and clearance completed. Oh, and Jack Taylor is adjudged to a foul with the number 8, but he's trying to say, as is Salkin and Kelly, that the 8 was all over him.
Well, not only is he a tricky player, he also is going to be one that's going to have to be watched for the alleged pulling of shirts then, isn't he? Because as you say, it did seem that it was the number 8 all over Jack Taylor, but irrespective of that, it's going to be a free kick to the home side. It's Bobby Johnson going to take this. Pinched a few yards from where it was, of course, not there, but just inside now the Alfreton half. Johnson delivers it into the penalty area. It's won easily. Connor Kennedy gets something on it. Out by Taylor. Only goes towards Thacker. He finds Morgan Smith. It's now back with Thacker. Thacker puts the ball in. McGrath out to Kelly. Kelly takes a touch. There's a foul. And it will be a free kick to Kettering.
Hello to all of you listening. Stuart Tyrrell, good day from Wigan. Come on, you poppies. He says no goal scorers then, he asked. Well, NT and Mitford are the two strikers, but whether they score goals is yet to be seen. Sean Tailby, come on, you poppies. Mick Cooper, Hyle, Myerton, Jeff Richards on the bench again. And he noticed my misspell of Ben's name. Well done. Worthing Poppy, I know there's no money for new players, yet Richie found the money to invest in a football club in the USA. Not a criticism, just an observation. And Gary Graham, there we are. DJ Ed, he says.
Well, yes, I was going to ask you about that, Ed. How did it go? Do you think you'll be making Radio 1?
Well, I honestly think that the next step is obviously the big clubs in Ibiza. There's no other.
These are gay clubs, of course.
But, there's just a natural progression, isn't it? You do
yeah.
the Christmas party at Latour Park, and then you go to Tenerife and Ibiza and Magaluf.
Did you play the Birdie song, of course?
Well, I played all the classics.
All
the classics. And as that header goes back to Paul White, who can't get there, it's a corner.
Well, that was a strange one.
Yeah,
Paul White was
sure
going to leave it, didn't he? And it came off Paul White, I think, in the end for a corner. If he'd have left that could have trickled through into the goal. It was that innocuous, really, but it has resulted in a corner for the home side. It's going to be Bobby Johnson now, who's taking one from the left-hand side, his first of the game. This should be an in-swinger then, if that is anything to go by. It's a crowded 6-yard box, and it comes in out by McGrath. And there is Connor Kennedy booming down this side. He's got a long way to go, but he's going to play the long ball. It's a poor ball as well. And the referee has blown his whistle. No one knows what that's for.
Well, he has to stop the game, doesn't he? Well, no. The new rules of football that have been in place since the start of the season, if the ball hits the referee, the game stops, and the team who are in possession get a uncontested drop ball. I mean, that was one of the rules that has been brought in, and is one of the fairly straightforward ones as Taylor heads up into the air. That's a Kettering throw-in. Kennedy loses the header but wins the throw-in.
From that challenge, though, the number 8's gone down holding his back. Let's hope it's nothing trivial. And
come on, you poppies, says Ken Little. Worthing Poppy. Has Paul got his heated gloves on?
Yes.
Yes. There we go.
Yes, they're on. It's not too cold, actually, to be honest. There's no wind, so I've not got them actually plugged in to warm the hands. They can be either used as a plug-in or as normal gloves. Throw into Kettering. Matt Taylor, been told to hold on by Connor Kennedy. Not a lot of movement for him. He takes it now towards them. NT and Mitford. NT wins it, cleared, and another throw-in by the halfway line to Kettering. That was hooked out. You're quite wrapped up, Ed. You've got gloves on, you've got a hoodie on, you've got a Hertha Berlin hat on, or hoodie, warm top. How was Germany, Herr Palmer?
Yes, sehr good, sehr good.
Sehr good, sehr good.
Good challenge that from Luke Graham, finds Marcus Kelly. Kelly looking for an option now, plays out to Mitford on the right hand side. It's a heavy pass. Mitford's going to have to do well to get something for this. Not a bad ball in, actually, towards the back post. Goal kick it will be.
Thing is, with that ball, there was nobody there to meet it anyway, so it wouldn't have resulted in anything anyway, as Kettering's forward line is rather sparse. I was going to say the thin red line, but they're in blue today, blue and white stripes.
Thin blue line.
Thin blue line. Rowan Atkinson?
Correct.
Jordan Wright then with the goal kick. It finds the number 10 Morgan Smith. He turns beaten to it though by McGrath very well. Then a ball to Connor Kennedy. Paul White having to come out to try and defuse this. He has to play it, and that goes for a throw-in by the corner flag on the right-hand side, and it will be Clackstone to take this for the Reds. So Clackstone going to have his version of Connor Kennedy now. He's going to put a long one in. We can say that, can't we? Long one in.
I think we can. We just about get away with that one.
It is Christmas. In it comes towards the near post, headed out for a corner though by Connor Kennedy. More pressure for Kettering, and it's Johnson nipping over to take this corner. That's the 5th, I think, for Alfreton so far in this first half. You're listening to Poppy's TV. 4th, I'm being told. That's close.
Come on, Paul.
I've got no pad with
you
the
can You can do that on one hand.
I've got one hand.
Corner comes in. Paul White going to get nowhere near it. Header palmed on the line. Scramble cleared. NT. Paul White got a hand to it. Could only palm it down onto his own goal line. And then there was a melee of boots, and NT cleared the ball away. Long ball comes back in again. McGrath easily deals with this one. Back in it goes, and Paul White then clutches.
Well, that was an escape, wasn't it, for Poppies, really? Paul White say just clutching onto that, dropping it down onto his knees, and the Alfreton player came running in. It could have gone anywhere, but Kettering hooked it out. Still remains 0-0.
Edmund Master, the best commentary double act. Keep up the good work, guys. Seasonal greetings to you both.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Mick Cooper saying we lost sound. Oh, you shouldn't have done. No, you shouldn't have done.
Away it comes. Kelly puts in a high ball. That's very, very optimistic as that goes down the M1 and races away from any advancing Kettering players. That will be a goal kick, and Jordan Wright on loan from Nottingham Forest in Alfreton's goalmouth. He's played here before, apparently. He's also played for Kettering, as we know, 4 games back 2 seasons ago. I think he played against Basford United. Quite local for him as he came from Nottingham and Basford's not too far away. Well, he's about to take the goal kick. Away he goes. Headed on by Danny Clark, but it goes straight to Paul White as Morgan Smith goes down and isn't happy. The sports therapist has to come on.
Thank you for confirming the sound's fine. Yeah, Jordan Rowe, Azza still injured, question mark, we believe so.
Yeah, not sure what's happened there. I did speak to the physio in midweek and they're not really sure what the injury is, but he's in pain. And so we're not really sure how long that's going to take to repair.
Isn't that just old age?
Could be. He's getting on a bit, isn't he? You know, and yeah, but with Lyndon Meikle also out of action for 2 weeks, it really does show you the lack of bodies in Kettering's first team, with only 3 substitutes being named this afternoon. And with the influx of games coming in over the festive period, it's going to be vital that Kettering pick up points when they can at games such as this one, a game really where they could win. But away comes McGrath, puts the ball down for Mitford, beaten to it by Smith. Kennedy underneath it, gets a toe to it, gets it back to McGrath. He has to work quickly as he is fouled by Morgan Smith. Good spot there for the ref, quite like the ref. I wonder if I will at 90 minutes. There's not been too many I've sung praises around it this season.
I think Curzon Ashton has to be the worst, though.
He wasn't good, was he? The one last week in Manchester wasn't too hot either, but there we are. McGrath with it, pumps it in towards Mitford. Doesn't reach him. Kennedy underneath it, barged out the way by the 7, but gets a foot in. Away comes Johnson, fires the ball for Salk in the chase. Paul White comes running out and just plays the ball out of the ground. And it will be a throw-in to the Reds.
I think Alfreton are going to start charging Paul White for new footballs, considering the amount he's put out the ground so far today.
Reminiscent of Altrincham in the 1980s when all they did was to hoof the ball out of Rockingham Road. This is rather similar, but Ben Milnes pumps the ball forward for Enty. Enty on a chase here. Goalkeeper Wright comes out. He does well. Clears it out as a good ball, and Paul White collects it on the edge of the penalty area.
Martin LeMay, just tuned in. How has the first 20 minutes been? Well, it's been really Alfreton testing Kettering and Kettering not particularly testing Alfreton. As Paul White's kick is about a yard too long.
No, the goalkeeper really has been called into action, although Paul White had to get one near his feet and it could have trickled in. Beside that, Jordan Wright has had nothing really to do in his goal mouth. Throw in to Alfreton, cut out by Taylor, goes to Claxton, but then won by Connor Kennedy. Mitford turns, he's got the overlapping Taylor. Taylor, though, misses the ball, goes by him, and that will be a throw-in. Paul Cox turns away in disgust, hands in pockets, as it still remains 0-0. Listen to Poppy's TV audio as Morgan Smith tries to get to the ball. He does. Luke Graham plays it back to Paul White. Can't pick the ball up, of course, and just touches it out of his 6-yard box, urging the players to go forward. Paul White comes out again as Morgan Smith tries to close him down, and he gets the ball towards Mitford. Mitford loses it out, though, to Smith. Kelly can't get there, and it looks like we might be getting the ball. There's a foul.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now, he's given it the other way. I don't believe it. Well, I do believe it because I watch it every week. But Milnes is adjudged to have fouled Thacker when
he's going in the book.
He's going in the book, and unbelievable.
The lad's fallen over, and then the lad's cleared the ball. He's then connected with Milnes, and Milnes is booked.
Yeah, that's another strange decision by another Northern referee, of course, and I don't know. I did say, didn't I, well, at 90 minutes, would I like this referee? I'm already going off him. Very, very, very strange decision. Well, the result of that is a free kick. It's going to be Jordan Wright with it. Towards Morgan Smith, he heads it on. Taylor should get there. He does. Long ball. It just goes anywhere. It goes right by the away dugout. 0-0. Well, a bit of consternation here. The ball went out 40 yards down here, and Alfreton almost at the halfway line. Still hasn't been taken from the right place, but Claxton gets the ball back into play, flicked on by Danny Clark and then hoofed out by Tolkien. You may have heard the clunk as it hits the corrugated iron roof. Throw me taken quickly, and won by Taylor. Goes over the head of Smith. Enter trying to get there, but a good tackle. Ball went out of play. Nothing given by the referee. It's now Claxton again, challenged by Kelly. Flicked on and towards Taylor. He plays a quick ball to Mills. Mills, stunned by the booking, gets the ball back to Sulkin. Poor ball though from Sulkin, but it reaches Enty by some amazing coincidence. He turns and gets the ball, does well. It's now back with Mills on the halfway line. He flicks it through to Storer. Beaten to it by Thacker, and then Johnson chests it down, and it goes out for a Kettering Town throw-in.
Yeah, Worthing Poppy spoke too soon there, Paul, regarding refs.
Yeah, they're not my favourite topic, to be honest, but especially at this level, well, at any level, to be honest, if you look at it on the TV. Paul Cox infuriated here with the linesman this side and the foul on the other side. Good bit of banter there between the linesman and Paul Cox, and
fair play to the
yeah, fair play to the liner. Good work there from Storer though. He beats 2, beats 3. He's under pressure, and it comes off Storer for a throw-in. Storer can't believe it.
It's not an Alfreton throw-in at all.
These officials really need to go to Specsavers, I think now.
They did have a good first 20 minutes,
yeah.
and then it has been. I don't know. Are we looking through things in poppy tinted spectacles, maybe?
No.
Oh, great ball, and Mitford's got ahead of his defender, and Mitford's bearing down on goal on the right hand side. Shoots! 1-0! Oh, great goal, great ball, great run, great finish. 1-0 Kettering.
Well, he took that well, that was a terrific goal, Ed, wasn't he? He broke away there, he chested it down, he ran onto it and slotted it by the advancing Jordan Wright into the bottom left-hand corner and sending the Kettering Town fans into jubilation here. So 1-0 to the Poppies, and Mitford's second goal of the season. He scored the equaliser against Blythe, and he's got the opening goal so far in this contest.
Oh, it was a great ball through, and Mitford's pace just done the defender there. It was the number 5, Dominic Smith. He got in front of him. Smith just couldn't catch him, and as he was advancing, Trey Mitford, the angle was tightening as he got closer towards the byline. He dispatched an early shot. It landed right into the side netting of the far side. Beautiful finish, really, really nice finish, and that's a better strike than his one at Blythe, wasn't it?
Yep, that was a tremendous goal, and fair play to the youngster. That will give them the world of confidence, and also give the Kettering Town players, management and fans added Christmas spirit as we go into the festive season. Long way to go though, but 1-0 to Paul Cox's team, and it's Paul White with the goal kick towards Enty. He loses out though this time, flicked on by Morgan Smith, played back by McGrath to Paul White. White delivers towards Kelly. It doesn't reach him. It does reach McGrath. He pumps it forward to Kelly. Claxton plays the ball out, and it eventually ends up on the away dugout. I thought we might get the ball for a change. You might get your first touch.
Nah. Throw in then. Claxton to take it. Long. McGrath clears towards Mitford. Mitford wins the flick on. NT has just moved from the position where the ball was. Long ball forward again. McGrath felled. Nothing given. Graham clears to Kennedy. Flicks on to Kelly. Kelly, nice step over. Goes out to Taylor. Taylor headed away by the defender. Kennedy can't get there. Ben Mills gets there. That's a high challenge.
Come on, ref.
Nothing in it. They just went for the ball, but the number 8, Jude Ayibo, just caught Ben Mills mid-air then. Ben Mills back up. Ben Milnes then with the free kick in. Left hand side of the half, about 10 yards inside the Alfreton half. And it goes high towards the back post. Headed backwards really rather than in towards, and the clearance is charged down by Luke Graham for a goal kick.
That was Kettering, the 10th goal away from home in the league this season. And Mitford now got one at home and one away. And he is on 2 goals. Leading goal scorers are NT on 3, Kelly on 3, and Carter on 3. That is in the league, of course. Jordan Wright then gets us back underway. And won by Luke Graham, and it's hooked back to Paul White by the number 3. And Paul White just takes his time after Preston's, I'm not sure what it was really, a bit of blue sky there, not seen that for a little while. But it's towards Enty from Paul White. Enty flicks the ball on to Mitford, can't get there this time. Dominic Smith can. He plays the ball long for Danny Clark to chase. Solken's going to let that run out of play. It'll be a throw into the Poppies on the far side, not too far from the corner flag, on the opposite side of the ground from where we are. 1-0 to Kettering Town if you're just tuned in. Listen to Ed Palmer and Paul Cook on Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, the last Saturday before the festive days. Boxing Day, of course, we have Brackley Town in Kettering as Kennedy gets this ball out towards Mitford, and it misses him, goes for a throw on the halfway line. Thacker with it. He finds Johnson, who misplaces it to Kelly. Kelly intercepts, turns, gets the ball to Milnes. Milnes long. It's a chase here for Enty. Enty has the speed. He's only got Dominic Smith with him. He's been pushed out wide, though. Mitford now in the centre. Along comes Kelly and Kennedy. Enty weaves his way through, a flick through, and somehow the number 7 gets it away. That's Branson, and this time it is Dominic Smith coming away with the ball towards Johnson. Johnson plays it out wide for Morgan Smith. He's the leading goal scorer. He's been pushed out wide. He's got McGrath in front of him. It's still Morgan Smith with it. Goes one way, weaves the other, plays in the ball low. It comes to the back post. A free header here. It's chested down. The number 3 gets the ball in. Paul White makes a miraculous save.
What a save.
Oh, that is absolutely world class. I'd say rather like Gordon Banks in 1970 against Brazil. An absolute stunner. That should have been 1-1.
It's a great save, though, in all fairness. It was let's talk about the attack, though. Really good ball over. Headed down, chested by the Alfreton man, and then dispatched low towards goal. Paul White managing to get something on it. And over the bar it went. He's got a habit of making big saves at big moments, Paul White.
He has, and that truly was. It is being filmed, this game, so we will try and get some highlights to you when we can later in the week. As the ball towards the back post, cry a foul from Paul Cox, but it's the number 4 Thacker who picks up the ball, plays it out wide to the corner taker, who has to play it wide. It comes in again towards Morgan Smith, headed out by McGrath towards Mitford. Mitford on his own here, they play out wide, and then it's put out by the number 3 Preston. That will be a Kettering Town throw. Let's go back to that save. I mean, I've not seen many better saves in non-league football than that. I mean, last week against Manchester, he put off a fantastic diving save, but this, for the sheer distance, how close it was, and the direction of the header, was a fantastic save. Mitford being Enty being held, he gets the ball to Mitford, cut out by Bayo, and it's now back to Claxton. Claxton plays it to Jordan Wright. Mitford tries to close him down. Wright has to play the ball. It's flicked on by Thacker. Chested down by Danny Clark. Won by Solken. Good work there, trying to find Enty. It does get to Enty. Plays it back to McGrath in Kettering's half. McGrath plays it long, but that's going to find the number 2. It does, but chested down by Enty. He wins it again. Good work from the number 7. He's weaving his way through, and then he's pushed down there. He falls dramatically, but the referee gives the free kick, and this is a very, very good position, Ed Palmer. Great
position. Kettering fans are again asking the question, why hasn't he been booked? Considering Ben Milnes has been booked for
what?
Well, exactly. It will be Ben Milnes, though, to take the free kick. It's what? You say about 7 yards outside the area?
Yeah. It's a very good
position, isn't it? Because it's not too central. It's just on that angle for a right footer.
We've seen him score from this distance before, haven't we? So it's not out of his range.
I'm not going to say it too loud so that the goalkeeper can hear me, but he does like to go goalkeeper side from this position and try and fool the goalkeeper. I wonder whether that's what he'll do again here. He does. Goalkeeper reads it well, though. He drops the ball, though.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Wright's a
panicked.
tall goalkeeper, isn't he? And it was really the good height for him to collect that.
Ben Milnes was banking on Jordan Wright banking, actually, that he was going to go over the wall. Banking, Paul, with a B. But Jordan Wright read it well. It was an easy save for him that he made to look a little bit more difficult. Mitford plays to Kelly. Kelly, oh, he leaves one defender for dead, plays it out wide. That's going to be too far for Mitford, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Cleared away. Only as far as Ben Milnes it is over there. Cleared again. This time Graham heads high into the air. Kennedy flicks on to Kelly. Kelly now has Taylor on the left hand side. Here's Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor clips it back in. Kennedy can't get there. Well, he did, but he stumbled and didn't really get any connection on the ball as it bobbled harmlessly wide.
Well, the game's opened up quite a bit now, hasn't it? From that terse beginning, it has begun to take some form of shape. And Kettering, with that goal ahead, certainly beginning to impress themselves now upon Alfreton, who seem a little bit more aware of Kettering Town. It was their first 20 minutes, but Kettering have bounced back, taken the lead, and are playing really quite well as Enty heads the ball on to Kelly. Kelly now is running along here. He's going all the way through in his own here. Kelly flicks the ball to Mitford. Mitford turns, March right shot does. And unfortunately that goes wide when he probably should have done better.
Yeah, maybe 10 years ago Marcus Kelly is going alone there, but he couldn't quite get away from the defender, so played a nice ball into Mitford actually, who did well to turn, but the connection was all wrong. And wide it went. Kettering have had some good chances in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yep, and that's what we want to see. I want to see as many chances as possible as Conor Kennedy gets his head to the ball here. Flicked on to Enty by Marcus Kelly. Enty then is brought down, nothing by the referee. Enty can't believe it.
No, he got the ball there.
And it's McGrath, comes off the top of his head though, and that should go out. It's been kept in though by Branston. Back to Luke Graham. Bit of head tennis here. Here's Morgan Smith. He goes down, and the referee now says that's a foul. And unbelievably, Mills has fouled Morgan Smith, where Morgan Smith was actually stumbling.
Brett Solkin is livid.
I'm not surprised. Well, Walcott shouting out who's got the 7, and no one's responding to him yet. He's not happy, is the manager. We're right behind Paul Cox. You probably can hear some the background shouting. It's going to be Bobby Johnson with it. It's 3/4 into Kettering's half in the centre of the park. Vital time here. Johnson aiming towards the back post. It comes in towards the back post. There's Morgan Smith. And it comes off McGrath, allegedly, for a corner. Looked like Morgan Smith won that all the way, but another strange decision from a strange referee. My appreciation's gone from being... But Johnson, though, he's taken all the set pieces for the home side. And it's a big melee of players on the goal line. Signal goes up. In comes Johnson towards the back post. Paul White tips it, and that should go out for another corner, and has done.
Substitution getting ready for Alfreton. Ryan Qualter is getting ready to come on. I don't know who he's going to replace.
Obviously, Billy Heath has seen something.
Well, he's putting his jumper back on now.
Well, it's Johnson again with the corner. Caused Paul White some difficulty with that one last. It comes out wide. There is Morgan Smith, and that goes wide this time. Very powerful striker is Morgan Smith. And you can see there with that form of attack how lethal he could be if on target. And the referee is now coming over to Paul Cox. We'll get a good listen to this. Well, the referee giving Paul Cox a lecture. Well, he didn't get booked, wasn't sent off. There was a frank question and answer between them. Bit of banter from the fans. It is now with Kelly. Kelly turns, pirouettes, plays the ball towards Luke Graham. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Luke Graham, right-footed, tries to get towards Enty. Well won by Smith. Flicked on by Johnson. Finds Morgan Smith. There is Clark in the centre. Puts the ball through. Paul White comes out. Danger averted. As Ed said, the number 12, Ryan Qualter, is warming up.
No, he's sat back. Well, he's warming up again now. So
looked like he's coming on. But
unless he had some sort of undershirt on that was making him too warm, so he...
Too warm?
I don't know. He looked like he was going to come on, and now he's not. Enty doesn't really get much on it. He does that time though, and puts Mitford through. Good challenge that by the number 5 Dominic Smith. That was a great battle actually in this first half. Mitford against Smith. Corner it will be.
That's right where the Kettering fans are in this corner on the left hand side. It's going to be Ben Milnes to take it. And some of the Kettering directors walking by, grinning.
Happy with what they've seen first half?
Yep.
Will this make them even happier? Ben Milnes, corner in. Keeper should get it, does. Claims easily under no pressure. And bowls quickly, and the number 8 slips. Jude Ayibo had a chance to really put some pressure on Gary Storer and Paul White, but he slipped at the crucial moment. And Paul White takes his time picking the ball up. Kicks long, Mitford wins the header. Taylor will get there. Taylor's got Kelly on the overlap. Will he use him? No, he doesn't at the moment. Goes back to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Taylor. A throw in only. Kettering are saying that he's gone in quite heavily there. Referee says nothing wrong with it. Throw in only.
Well, Kennedy will take the throw in. It's going to be another long one. Parallel with the penalty area. It comes into the penalty area. Kicked on back to Conor Kennedy. And then it's brought down, and it's a foul, and they want a penalty.
I'm not sure Kennedy's getting that one.
No.
That was on the edge of the area, I think.
Well, it's right on the edge of the area as Paul Cox is asking the linesman if that was a foul. Bit of good banter here between the two.
It always makes me chuckle when you see a player adamant of something and realise his team aren't backing him up.
Well,
piss off, man.
One of the Alfreton fans there having a go at Paul Cox. It is
what a shame.
Just can't contain themselves, some of the fans sometimes. But it's a very, very good position here for Ben Milnes. It's a metre or so outside the penalty area. The wall is a 3-man wall. We can see Jordan Wright. It comes in here and it's headed over, and that will go for a corner.
It's exactly what you want from a free kick as well, Ben Milnes, from that position. Put it on target, but keep it low, keep it hard. Get a deflection, get something.
Ben Milnes having to get the ball himself. Yep, going for a corner as we're edging towards half time. In the corner, comes towards the back post, and it's Conor Kennedy who heads it wide, almost a free header really.
Yeah, it was just enough pressure on him by the Alfreton back line to force his header wide. I imagine we've pretty much on half time now. 10 seconds of normal time I make it. Can't see a board. I mean, there should really be some time added on. Oh, there's a 1. Brilliant, 1 minute added on. Ah, there it is. Taylor lifts the ball high up into the air. Kelly, free header, flicks it on, headed away by Smith, and it'll be a Kettering throw in. Got 30 seconds left. Still 1-0 to Kettering. If you just joined us, we'll describe that goal in just a moment. Mitford can't quite get there. He's being held. Referee says no. Kelly gets the ball anyway. He's right down on the byline. Plays it back to Taylor. Taylor, high ball in. Headed away, not really away though. Gary Storr will have a chance to keep it in if he wants to. He doesn't, he lets it go out for a throw-in. That'll probably be just enough time to take this long throw-in before half-time. Kennedy it is who's trotted over to take this. Long throw-in coming in. Headed away, and yep, that is half-time. Well, it's 45 minutes. Kettering Town are in the lead, which looked unlikely after the first sort of 10-15 minutes or so, when Alfreton were really testing the back line of Kettering. 493 the attendance, we've just been told. But it was Trey Mitford who broke the deadlock. A wonderful ball forward, and he beat his man for pace, bared down on goal, and dispatched a fantastic shot into the far corner. Really, really nice finish. And then, just a matter of moments later, Paul White called into action with an absolutely stupendous save when a volley came in from about 6 yards out, low at him, and he managed to get it over the bar. And the referee making their way off, and the Kettering fans are greeting him.
Put a red shirt on and I'm done with it.
And Kettering fans not happy with the referee's
And
performance.
rightly so.
Well, it's certainly been some decisions that we could discuss till we're blue in the face.
How long have we got? That's the problem.
Exactly. Well, we've got half time, and I think we're going to have that discussion over a hot drink or some sort.
Yep,
so join us again in about 10 minutes. But it is half time here at the Impact Arena. It's Alfreton Town 0, Kettering Town 1.
Welcome back to the Impact Arena. It's Alfreton Town 0, Kettering Town 1. The all-important goal scored by Trey Mitford. And what a good goal it was indeed. And you'll probably see that on our highlights later in the week once we've got them from Altering. Poolcock still having words with... Alfreton, who did I say? Close. Poolcock still having words with the referee. And John Ramshaw hasn't come out yet for the second half. We were asked the question, who is the Kettering assistant manager? And I don't know if something was said at half time, but John Ramshaw hasn't come out for the second half. Still not out, so it's just Paul Cox and Ben Marvin at the moment. We'll try and bring you some news on that. They have made a substitution. Brian Qualter has come off, and not quite sure who. Number 5, it is Dominic Smith has been replaced. Alfreton to kick off, and away they go, kicking towards the Rockingham Road end, we'll call it, because it's full of our seats in there. And a good tackle there, but away comes Morgan Smith, who was very, very tricky in that first half. Back to Smith. Smith with the ball, he turns well, does Clark. Darren Clark plays the ball back to Killock. Puts a long, high ball in. There is Taylor underneath it. He brings it down, plays it back to Paul White. Paul White has to clear it pretty swiftly, which he does. And for the bear over there, but Taylor comes in with it. And it's a throw-in to the home side. And once again, I've lost my pen. I think how many games I've lost pens in is unbelievable. But there we have it. Kettering Town thrown on the far side. So still no sign of John Ramshaw.
Is there not?
He is there. He has reappeared. So
he just out of thin air.
Thin air. Yeah, it must be a phantom. Must be a phantom. But, we'll try and bring you what all that was about after the game. I'll try and have a word with Paul Cox, which will be on our website hopefully by tomorrow sometime. It is Morgan Smith though with the ball, flicks it back to Johnson, but intercepted by Kelly. Then it is pumped forward towards Mitford. Tries to flick it on to Enty. And Mitford's brought down, nothing given. And Mitford's still down as away comes Thacker for the home side. He brings it out wide to Preston. Preston back to Thacker. He puts it right-footed towards Morgan Smith, headed on by McGrath to Taylor. And Taylor plays a long ball down for Mitford. It's giving Qualter his first touch. He gives the ball to Kelly, who can't control it. And that is a throw-in on the halfway line. You're listening to Poppy's TV Audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, with Ed Palmer and myself, Paul Cook. We will be at the Boxing Day event against Brackley Town with the rest of the media team. But at the moment, we're at Alfreton as the ball arrives with Storer, who hooks it over his head away. And Enty chasing this down along with Thacker. Thacker wins there, and he gives the ball to Mills. Mills advances forwards, plays it long towards Mitford. He can't get there. Taylor can, he chests it to Kennedy. Kennedy, though, is robbed, fouled, nothing given. And then another foul, nothing given as well, as Johnson breaks away. A good chance here. Solkin gets his head onto it towards Storer. And then Storer is fouled in the back by Thacker. And eventually the referee's whistle goes to the delight of Paul Cox. And it is a free kick.
Yep, still Trey Mitford's goal separating the two teams. Paul White to take this free kick. It's just outside his own area. Kick long. Headed up and away for another throw-in for Kettering. This time right in front of the home dugout to our right. Kelly can't control it, cleared away. Graham wins the header back, brought down by Storer, then cleared away again, this time cut out by Solkin. Solkin clears down the line, out of play for a throw-in though. A growl of frustration from Brett Solkin after that one.
Good news is I found the pen, it was on the floor.
Excellent.
Throw in then to Alfreton. It's Thacker with it. Eventually takes it, trying to find Smith. It doesn't. It finds Kelly, and Kelly then is manhandled, but gets the ball towards the number 2. It's back with Solken, heads it back. Gets it to Kelly in the centre circle. Kelly has to play the ball back. He's being pressurised by 2. He puts the ball out wide to Taylor. He plays it to McGrath. Ball pumped forward towards Mitford. He's beaten to it by Qualter. And it's Branson cannons the ball off Kelly. A throw in and another ball required. So, as I say, Boxing Day after the game against Brackley Town in the clubhouse is Dr. Busker. You can also buy tickets to the New Year's Eve party at £5 as well on that particular one. Throwing been taken. Long ball cut out by Milnes. And then Solken is then tapped behind. Referee gives the foul. Good refereeing. I thought the referee was quite good. But, he played advantage, but Kettering got no advantage, brought it back, and that is a free kick to Kettering. Paul White coming out of his goal mouth, a rare excursion up front.
Michael Warren says, come on you Reds, the second goal would be handy. It would.
In
Michael McNally, who's playing the best at the moment, player-wise?
Good one, that is.
That's a great
Connor Kennedy's
question.
having a good game.
Yeah, Marcus Kelly's not doing bad either, actually, to be honest.
In fact, it's hard to say who isn't playing well after that first 20 minutes, where Kettering did seem rather unsettled.
Ben Milnes, doing quite well.
Not doing too bad. Matt Taylor's been under a bit of pressure, but he seems to have stemmed that flow after the initial 20 minutes. Enty's put his usual shift in. We'll see how that goes. This has been taken. It's, won by Morgan Smith. It comes... that's a foul there on Storer by Danny Preston. And you could hear the howls there from Storer as he goes down. It will be a yellow card to Preston. Sports therapist having to go on. It was a bit of a late tackle. He tried to get out the way, but he clipped him. And Preston goes into referee Sampson's book. Storer is back with us. He's, of course, the days of the old magic sponge and the water. Those were the days, Ed.
Those were the days. We had obviously our area was the magic spray.
Oh no, we had the bucket of water and the old cold cloths. They used to put that somewhere special, and you certainly wake up.
Free kick then. Paul White takes long. Brought down by Mitford, but it will be cleared away. Solken has pushed the number 10, Amari Morgan Smith. Well, it wasn't there, but it's moving it back to the place where it should be now. It'll be Bobby Johnson to take this. Storer, oh, he's lost his man there, but he was offside anyway. The number 12, so maybe he hadn't lost him, maybe he was just playing the correct defensive line. The substitute, Ryan Qualter.
See that hat over there? That's
I did spot it in the first half. I daren't mention it in case people, but there is a hat in the far stand that has got Christmas lights on it.
Should be shot, but it's Enty flicking the ball on. He can't, but he gets it to Taylor. He slams it towards Storer, and it's headed on by Preston. Goes out for a throw-in down by the corner flag on our right-hand side towards the Kettering fans who are under the covered stand behind the goal. The ImpactLife.com stand, we'll call that one. And it is going to be a corner. It's a throw-in, in fact. Couldn't quite see. Long throw, flicked on back post there. Nobody there.
Oh,
and,
no!
That was a definite chance. Enty puts the ball back in and over.
Enty should have scored.
He should. And
he had a swing and a miss. And John Ramshaw gives us a wry look and a disbelief.
Pardon? Well, it's the fact that you missed so much.
How have we missed that, says John. Disbelief. Dan Enty, all he had to do was just get something on it.
Yeah.
A foot, a head,
Well, it's
stomach.
Mills with the corner. It comes in here, a
There's
lot of pushing and tugging,
yeah.
and it's a foul.
And that doesn't take away from the fact Kettering should be 2-0 up.
Yep. Will
Dan
that come
Enty-
back to haunt them?
Dan Enty, I don't think, could have wished for a better chance. I don't think if you'd have given Dan Enty the ball and told him to place it where he wants to be and where he wants the ball to go, he couldn't have placed it any better
Well, that's
than where
been his
he
problem,
wanted
isn't
that.
it, Enty? His finishing is poor, isn't it? He's the workhorse. He can carve out positions. He can carve out chances. Finishing is sadly lacking. If he was a better finisher, he probably wouldn't be at this level, but that's probably why he is. But it is a throw on the far side to...
Interesting, Mike Scott, when you're a Kettering Town fan, but your nephew is in goal for the opposition. So you are the nephew of the uncle of Jordan Wright, I presume, as the ball is cleared out by McGrath into the stand. It's an interesting dynamic for you, isn't it,
He's not had
Mike?
a lot to do, has he, Jordan Wright, really, except pick one out. He's done quite well.
Yeah,
throw
he's collected the ball very well, actually.
Yeah.
But throw in. Headed away by Kennedy. Chance here at the back post. 3 clips it back in. Never going to be handball. Out towards the number 7 who takes a touch onto his left foot. Shot. Blocked by Kelly, and it'll be a throw in right in front of us here. Better be careful what we say about Jordan right now, don't we? Now we know his uncle's listening. Of course not. Throw in taken quickly by Thacker. Salkin up and under away. Out comes Jordan Wright, a bit hesitant. He was just surveying the scene, whether he could let the ball roll into his area, which he could, so he has. Picks up, bowls in front of him, and distributes right-footed across the pitch. Free header for Gary Storer. Mitford, I think, wins the header, but at expense of possession. Offside is the Alfreton man. So the play will be halted again. One substitute for Alfreton already made.
Altrincham.
Alfreton. That announcer at half-time's got me doing that. Dominic Smith off for Ryan Qualter, who has come on.
He only had about 4 or 5 results to read out, didn't he? He got most of them
3
wrong.
of them wrong. Dan Enty wins the header. Can't get there for Storer. Good clearance. Graham deciding not to go back to the goalkeeper, but to lose another football over the stand opposite us.
I presume that Alfreton employ a ball boy over there to get
I
these
presume
balls
there
back,
is some
because
kind
there
of
must be about 30 balls over
ball
there.
return mechanism going on.
Yeah. Now the ball is with Johnson, though, for the home side. He's racing through the centre of the park, delivers it through to Morgan Smith, intercepted by Connor Kennedy and Storer. Storer's barged out the way and cleared by Connor Kennedy. It's a good clearance, goes over the halfway line as Billy Heath comes out of his dugout there, shouting out instructions at a rate of knots you would expect someone like Barry Fry to do in his heyday. But it is a throw in to Alfreton. Double check there on the name. It's towards Morgan Smith. Milnes trying to get there, then fouled by Danny Clark, right in front of us. Actually, we're getting some good views here. Morgan Smith kicks the ball
Simon
back.
Blowfield just joined in listening. Why so few on the bench? Well, injuries and suspensions and unavailability.
Yeah,
Lyndon Meikle injured, Joe Scar's injured, Aaron O'Connor injured.
Jay Williams suspended.
Joe Williams suspended.
Jack O'Connor injured.
Jack O'Connor injured. Jarvan Vidal
Ollie
unknown.
Burgess.
Ollie Burgess absent. Well, he's always here
He's
in
always
our hearts.
In our hearts, yes. If they throw it anyway to the puppies on the right-hand side, it's Storer with it. He's wiping the ball on his shirt to get some purchase on the ball. Kelly's running for it. He doesn't use Kelly, he uses Kennedy, and he's barged off the ball. And a foul by Kelly then, and another foul by Kennedy on the number 9, Darren Clark. So it will be a free kick as Lyndon walks by. Lyndon Meikle is here. He's just struggled by, as is Joe Scars.
Yeah, it says it was his Achilles or something that is.
Achilles heel, yes.
Yeah, that is an issue. AS3, come on lads. David Parker, what is the situation with Vidal?
Played for Barcelona, didn't he, against Real Madrid?
I think he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Came on, I think, second half.
Pass on that one.
Yeah, we don't know. He's apparently injured, but to be honest, I don't know the ins and outs of Jarvan Vidal. He's here today in the crowd, but hasn't featured since that game away at Farsley Celtic all those weeks ago. And we've got no official statement from the club. It's a good work here by Johnson. He beats one, beats two, tries the left footer, ricochet, and that will go for a corner. Good work there from Bobby Johnson, who's all been very active for the home side in this first and now second half, as the Alfreton fans are sitting in the Rockingham Road chairs. Seats, should I say, sorry, not chairs, but seats. For those of you who don't know, behind one of the goal mouths is a load of red seats from the old main stand from Rockingham Road. Looking splendid over there. Short corner play to Abayo. It's back again to the corner taker. He puts one in, out by McGrath. In comes the 7, block shot. And that goes for another corner. More pressure here for Kettering. I think that came off NT. It's another corner. Johnson with it again. Steady pressure here from the home side. Rather reminiscent for the first half, where Alfreton applied the pressure for the first 20 minutes until Kettering got to grips with it. Same at the moment in this second half. Kettering leading by 1-0. In comes the corner, headed out by Morgan Smith towards the number 4, who nearly fell over. But it arrives at Preston. He puts it back out to Bobby Johnson. He flicks it in. McGrath falls down once. A foul, doesn't get one. Branson finds Quater. And it's headed out by Salkin. It's in again. Head tennis here. Could go anywhere. Luke Graham plays it across the goal dangerously. In comes the number 7. Good tackle there by NT. And relieves the problem. He releases the ball for Mitford. It's in front of Mitford. Can Mitford get a strike in here? Mitford one-on-one, but he's been pushed out wide. No help arriving. Now Ben Milnes is. Still Mitford with it. Gives it to Ben Mills. Kettering racing forward. Storer's coming alongside. Ball used to Storer. Storer back to Milnes. Milnes thought about crossing, doesn't, gives it back to Storer. Pumped forward through to NT, the penalty, and there goes the flag, and offside. What a good interception though from NT down in Kettering's half.
Fantastic, and let's talk about the defending as well for Alfreton, because Trey Mitford was bearing down on goal, and the Alfreton player just managed to keep pushing him wider and wider and wider, and didn't give him a chance to cut in. And then obviously the momentum was lost, and Altrincham get away with it, with an offside.
Altrincham got away with it.
Oh, stop it. Simon Blowfield, any names being linked with the club as read somewhere, no money?
Nope.
Not at the moment. Michael McNally, just telling us that Aston Villa 0, Southampton 3. Lovely. Oh well.
Know nothing about the financial implications of the side. You heard the interview I had with Paul Cox against Manchester, and we'll have a chat with him later this evening, but at the moment we're concentrating on the game here. It's 1-0 to the Poppies. Goal scored by Trey Mitford in that first half. Wonderful goal it was too. Probably should have been 2 ahead, as NT missed a glorious chance to extend the lead. Alfreton trying to get back into it with Branson flicking the ball through, but that should go harmlessly to Paul White. It does. Paul White thought about giving the ball to Salkin. Salkin tells him to slow down and take as much time as he can without wasting too much, of course. Paul White then delivers the ball, goes towards NT. Ben Milnes loses it, and it is the number 8 who gets it in the centre circle. He's still running with the ball. Abayo up there, then turns, still with it, then goes down. Referee gives a foul. He goes down rather easily, the number 8. Any sort of thing on him, and he's down very, very quickly. And he's won a free kick for his colleagues on the far side. If you didn't get the attendance in the first half, it was 493. Free kick then on the far side. Bobby Johnson's taken it. He takes all the set pieces for Billy Heath's side. There's only Mitford up front for the Poppies. Just Ben Milnes in the wall. comes in, it hits Milnes though, and he goes stunned, he goes down, but gets up straight away. Ball finds Kelly. Kelly now, if he can use Storer, he can now. Storer's got some chance here, opens his legs. He's going to come inside, he comes outside. No, he's going outside, being pushed out further. Still Storer with the ball. Gets in across, and he puts it out of play. Another foot, it would have been a good cross and a chance, but there we go.
Yeah, Stuart McDermott, could you tell me if there is any way to look at and buy Kettering Town merchandise and if it's able to be shipped to Pittsburgh? Thank you.
Best thing to do there is to get in contact with Martin Bellamy. He is the commercial director and wallet emptier. If you have a wallet full of money, he'll get rid of that pretty easily, but if you want to email him, it's martin.bellamy@ketteringtownfc.com, and he will let you know what is available, when, how and if. As Thacker puts the ball loose. It's a good ball though to number 8. He driggles around, might try a shot here. Danger here for Kettering. Here comes Morgan Smith. The number 3 gets in the road, but
why did he go for that? Morgan Smith.
Yep, he was putting himself offside, didn't he?
Yeah, Morgan Smith was offside. The number 3, Preston, was onside, who was going after it and would have been in a better position because he was coming onto the ball. But Morgan Smith went with it and was offside. Stephen Lee, positives. No Aaron O'Connor offsides and no Kelly Meikle confusion today. Yep. That's always
just Altrincham and Alfreton now is the is the problem.
At least I've got over Jack Taylor.
He played the other night, didn't he, Jack Taylor? For I don't know, who was it? I watched it on the telly. I thought Jack Taylor, that's one of Ed's favourite players.
Not Oxford. Yes.
Well, Ben Mills has won that for Kettering to Luke Graham. He side-foots it towards Enty. It's a good ball, but Mitford's won this one. He's down by the byline. Mitford takes a touch on it. Still Mitford on the byline. Puts the ball in towards the back post. Nobody there. Kelly can't get there. It comes in from Taylor, and there is Branston to deal with the danger. Just hoofs that away. Colin Kennedy can't get there, but he gets a foot to it. McGrath pumps the ball back the line to Taylor, and there is Qualter, who came on to hook the ball back. It cannons off Taylor's chest, and is put out by an Alfreton player. Alfreton, not Altrincham. And it's a throw into Kettering on the far side. It is funny, though, how names seem to stick with certain... I went for an interview once called in Simon Hislop.
Nice.
Yeah, he was.
And Mitford's on side, but he can't keep the ball in play. So there we are. I think Scott Machin, I went through an interview calling him... I think I was calling him Mark.
Mary?
Yeah, nice.
Well, I've just seen Richard's head pop up out of the dugout, so it looks like that he might be coming on as Qualter is on the far side for the home side, keeps it in play, does well.
Yeah,
plays it back
struggling.
To Branston. Branston finds Johnson. He flicks the ball through, intercepted by Storer. Storer plays it long towards Mitford. Mitford has to play back into his own half. Turns, still Mitford, plays it out wide, intercepted by Thacker. And that goes high towards Morgan Smith, won by Luke Graham, but only towards Danny Clark, intercepted by Solkin. Solkin luckily gets the ball away, and Thacker gets ahead to it as Ben Milnes wins the ball, then is fouled, and the referee gives it. This might give Richards the chance to come on. It does.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was the slide to try and keep the ball in that did Trey Mitford, or whether it was the sprint to keep it in, but he's hobbling on his right leg at the moment.
Well, if Mitford goes off, that means we haven't got a striker.
Well, Enty will have to push in.
That means if Mitford goes off, we haven't got a striker.
Brett Solcombe has played up front quite a few times.
It is a free kick. It is Kelly left-footed in swinging corner here, and it goes over everybody and it goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. And
There
we go, 50-50 winner announced. Didn't buy one because I'd never win it, so no point.
Exactly.
Might as well just chuck me £1 down a well or something.
Well, yeah, never won the Klondike either in about 30 years, so could have bought a house, I suppose, with the money that wasted on that. And Mitford is after this, but it's going to be brought back. Is Mitford coming off? Has he run it off?
Richards is still stood up. He's not stripped off and ready though. He's still got his jacket on.
Training top back on now, hasn't he? As Mitford may have run the problem off. We'll just have to wait and see on that. It's Alfreton 0, Kettering Town 1. Goal scored by Mitford in the first half. You're listening to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, your local brewery all the way from Ipswich, Wisbech. And ales can be found in the social club as it's hooked away by Taylor towards Mitford. And he can't get there. Killock allows the ball to run out, and that will be a throw in to Alfreton. And is this the time where we see Richards come on? No. Qualter with the ball. Going to take the throw in. He came on at half time. There's a push there, but nothing given. Another throw in by Qualter. 3rd down and 5 yards.
Stephen Lee Brett is second choice keeper, not centre forward.
Headed to McGrath. It comes. Well, that should be a Kettering Town throw in, but it's not.
There's no complaints over there, though, is
no,
there? So
my eyesight obviously is poor.
Bradford Park Avenue losing to Spennymoor.
Good.
What a shame.
Yeah, my heart bleeds. It's going to be a long throw in here, I believe, by the shape of the throw in taker. Everybody bar back now, but Mitford and Enty. Mitford seems all right. Richards is still out in the.
It's going to be a double substitution for Alfreton. 15 coming on for 6. Shane Killock off, David Lynch on. And he is deciding to come all the way over this side of the pitch, despite actually already being off the pitch on the far side. And the number 2, Claxton, coming off for Ben Tomlinson.
Well, Alfreton having the luxury of having 5 substitutes to choose 3 from. Whereas Kettering only have 3 and they've used 1 as this...
No, they haven't used any yet.
No, they haven't. I've got it down as Richards, but he's not out there yet. Throw been taken. Is with the 14 Tomlinson with his first touch. It comes off Enty. It's cleared by Kettering. Only Mitford up front. It's
looks like he's run off that problem, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And that's gone out of play for the clearance. It will be a throw in. The referee telling them to take it further forward. It's unusual. Throw in taken quickly. Could be a chance this for Alfreton. They are being pushed back. Kelly gets there and Kennedy can't clear it. Taylor spoons it up into the air. A bit of miscommunication. That's a good ball over towards the number 3. Storer's with him. And Storer marshals it out of play for a goal kick. Good work from Gary Storer, tracking the run of Danny Preston. Kettering Town fans start singing as well.
I wonder if we'll get the chorus of Jingle Bells soon if it gets near that time.
Speaking of that, the hat has been turned off opposite.
Marvellous. Batteries must have run out as the ball is flicked on, but it's going to be the number 7 that gets there first. Branson beats Storer to the ball. It's back with Jordan Wright. He takes a touch. Mitford tries to close it down. He gets it out. Kennedy wins the ball towards Luke Graham, who spoons it in the air. Morgan Smith underneath it, but it is with Preston puts the ball forward to Morgan Smith. This is danger for Kettering. It's been played out wide. It's back with Preston. Preston back to Morgan Smith. Kettering back now in numbers as the 15 gets his first touch. David Lynch thought he was a film producer, but the ball comes in. And there's a foul here. There's a goal. 1-1.
No, it's a foul.
It's a foul on the...
referee has given the foul. Yeah, he has given the foul.
So
it was Brett Solkin who got in front of the Alfreton man and was felled.
And Richards is coming on now, and it is
3. Matt Taylor.
Matt Taylor who is coming off. So our thoughts on Trey Mitford's injury? Completely wrong.
Yeah. Aaron Lewis there, not as good as Malk at the board, is he?
No, there's no grinning, is there? There's no enthusiasm.
No massive shout of Lino.
No Lino, get a grip. You know, it's just a nonchalant stroll towards the linesman, and up goes the board.
It's all too all too
laid back.
It is too lackadaisical.
You need the urgency of Mount Lewis. Not the same without Mount.
Bit of intensity.
Oh.
Number 12. There we go.
So Storer hooks the ball forward towards Mitford. Mitford can't get there. Cleared by Altrincham. Altrincham, you've got to be at it now. And Luke Graham clears it to Sulkin. Sulkin heads the ball on. It's won by Branson. Down goes the number 11 Johnson. It's a free kick just in the centre circle, or should be on the edge of the centre circle.
Mark 7 has had his say on the disallowed goal. Definite foul, could see that from here.
And where are you?
Yeah, where are you? Without turning into Delia Smith, where are you?
You're sober, aren't you?
I am sober, and I'm not walking on the middle of the pitch with a microphone either.
Yet.
Free kick comes in. Flicked on, it's a goal kick. Yeah, it is a goal kick. There's no way that was
I
going to be a
haven't
corner.
seen Mark 7 here, actually, so unless he's hiding in the corner, like a naughty boy.
Possible. Thrapston, he says.
Very good eyesight then, if you've seen it all the way from Thrapston.
Still on for a 4-0, Seb. You know the score.
Paul White then with the goal kick. Gets it underway. It goes towards Enty. To Mitford. Mitford gets there, but it's hooked on by Johnson. It's good. Graham needs to win this. He does. Gets it turned to Sulkin and then Storer. Storer plays it to Richards, and Richards is fouled after. Referee shakes his head. Richards not impressed with that. And a throw in to Alfreton. It's Thacker with it. Sulkin tries to get the ball away then. Luke Graham does it.
Mark 7 says, I'm never wrong when I go 4-0. Paul Cook, when was the last time we won 4-0?
Good one. It was against Bradford Park Avenue.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, Mitford's cut it out, and away he goes. Puts Dan Enty through. He's got two defenders with him. Can he find Mitford again? No, Enty's going by himself. Enty still going. Enty shoots! Oh, great effort. Swerved away at the last minute into the side netting.
Again, it's the finishing, isn't it? He gets himself into fantastic positions. It was a good effort.
In all fairness, though, that is a good effort. Tried to beat the keeper at the near post with a little bit of swerve, but just too much into the side netting, and we relaxed. Attendance was 493.
It was.
There you go, 493. Richards wins a header. Milne slips it through. Enty offside, says the linesman.
Billy Heath out of his dugout, urging his team in red to go forward. Jordan Wright, the on-loan keeper from Nottingham Forest, taking this. Of course, as I said, he played for Kettering for 4 games. He pumps the ball in towards the Alfreton forward line, but that's won by McGrath. Goes out towards Ben Milnes, who wins it, does well, plays it right-footed towards Enty. Enty flicks the ball on to Mitford. No, Mitford and Enty have got the number 7 in front of them. If he can release the ball here, takes a shot instead and goes in. It goes in.
Yes!
Oh, wow, that was a fantastic goal. Mitford gets number 2 and the fans go ballistic behind.
Oh, what a finish. Again. Once again, Trey Mitford had the pace. He burst forward, cutting on his right foot this time, and curled the ball low past the glove of Jordan Wright, in off the far post. Mitford. Wonderful finish. He could have passed to Dan Enty, but
I thought that was the more pleasurable option.
When you look at it, and you'll see it on the highlights, you do really think he should be passing that to Dan Enty. He opens his body up, and he bends the ball into the far corner off the inside of the post. Let me change the score on the screen, actually, because I've neglected to do that. I was too busy celebrating.
Well, Richards wins the ball there to the 15. Luke Graham pumps the ball forward towards Mitford. Can he get a hat-trick, we wonder? We'll wait and see as Richards wins the ball. It's gone a bit scrappy now as Alfreton trying to get back into the game. It's Tomlinson with the ball, plays it square. It's a good ball to the substitute Qualter. He's going forward on the right-hand side, puts the ball in here. A missed kick by Luke Graham, and it goes away. Everyone was stunned by that, including the Alfreton players who mistimed it as well. And it's back with the 15. He finds Preston back to Johnson back to Preston. He plays it square. Good work here, and that should be marshalled out by Connor Kennedy for a goal kick. And John Ramshaw looking round at some of the comments being made by some of the Alfreton fans as the dugouts are very close, aren't they, to the...
Well, the Kettering fans went ballistic here. They went ballistic on YouTube and everywhere. Who said we need a new striker? David Parker. Sue Kendall, I'm going ballistic in Sutton. Up the Poppies, Declan McGrath. Halfway there, says Mark 7. Poppies on the march, Anthony Wilson, plus loads and loads of other comments, which... excuse me, I won't... get through all of them.
All I can say is woof.
Yeah,
fantastic. As the ball comes.
Not only that, Darren Young informs us, more good news, Blythe, Bradford and Curzon all losing as well.
Oh dear, from the heart of my bottom. You know, I'm really disappointed on that result. It's going to be results. Salkin being told to go back by the referee. Paul Cox out the dugout. Salkin in front of us. Plays it long towards, it never comes in though. It goes out again. It never came in from Salkin, so
apparently it came in and went back out again. Michael Joyce, brilliant. Keep it tight at the back now, lads. Well done, Mitford. Paul Cox's Barmy Army, says Simon Blofield.
Away comes Enty. He's got Mitford in the centre. Can he get the ball into him? He's down by the byline. The ball comes in. There's a clearance by the number 7 and away by Alfreton, but it only goes towards McGrath, who's in the centre circle. Nosebleed time for him, but it is... Kelly on the far side, not been in the game much the second half, Kelly, but he plays the ball back to Luke Graham. Steady game from Luke Graham, puts it right-footed towards Kelly. Kelly has continued on that byline. He's down almost by the corner flag. No, he's not. He's come back. Plays it back to Milnes, who then tries to cross it, and it ricochets off to Ben Tomlinson. Tomlinson gets the ball through to Morgan Smith. Morgan Smith collides with Salkin. Nothing given. And Storer clears the ball. It ricochets off to the number 3 Preston, and he marshals it out for a goal kick. Good work there from Kettering. And then there's a few handbags after, and nothing serious though.
Yep. Tom Bailey, amazing. Michael McNally, when was the last time we lost in the league? Well, we haven't lost in the league under Paul Cox.
The last time we lost against Spennymoor, 2-0 at home.
There you go. Tom Bailey starts singing Jingle Bells in the comments section.
Well, I'm surprised the fans haven't started that, actually, because not often you can actually sing that.
Someone text one of their friends who are here and tell them to start
so
singing.
We can mention it.
Yeah, please. Enty wins the header. It'll be a Alfreton throw.
I was at Stafford Rangers many years ago. We actually won 4-2, a very rare away win during one of the desperate days. The old Jingle Bells came out, and yes, very stirring indeed as Salkin tries to capitate us. We heard the clunk of the ball smashing into the
cheers, Brett.
Into the roof. Thacker then gets the ball to the 14 Tomlinson. He plays it out wide. Abai does well to keep that in. He's on the edge of the penalty area. Danger here for Kettering. He comes inside, goes down. Good tackle there by Kelly. Plays a long ball for Mitford to chase. And Mitford putting the number 7 under pressure. He has to play it back to the goalkeeper right. He comes out and he delivers it. Good work there from Jordan Wright. And if this does stay 2-0, I'm not going to mention that yet. It is Thacker coming away for the Poppers. He gets it to Preston. Preston comes inside. He's got Thacker back with him. He may have to use him. Hasn't seen him. Comes a ricochet off Connor Kennedy. Enty's going to get there from that ricochet. Gets it back to Richards. He pumps the ball forward. He goes aimlessly anywhere though. And Jordan Wright is ready to... it's a divot. And stunned the ball. It didn't bounce. Marvellous.
Simon Blofield, what's the latest on ground improvements? They're in hand. That's all I can say.
Yeah, no idea.
We are being assured that they are in hand and will be done on time.
Yeah.
So we'll say, well done by Storer there to get that out. But back come Alfreton, tricky by the number 3. Good work from him. Now it's with the 15 out on this near side. 3 gives the ball away to Storer. Enty takes a touch. Hasn't really got anywhere to go. He's tries to play it backwards and only gives it straight back to Alfreton again.
Yep, Thacker gets the ball to Danny Clark. He puts a long ball here for Clark to chase. Paul White gets the ball from Salkin, just lumps it anywhere. Thacker heads it back. Number 11 Johnson gets there. He finds Qualter. Qualter on the halfway line, comes forward into the Kettering half, plays it out wide to Clark. And intercepted by Kelly. Good work there from Kelly. Has a look up. He can see that Enty is away. Now can Enty keep this in? He'll do very well if he can. It's sprinted away towards the corner. There's nobody up for Kettering. Mitford just getting there now at the back post. Still entering with the ball. He comes in left-footed. Can he get a shot in here? He might try one. Does Funds in there, and that just goes wide. Well, that was unlucky. Looked like there was a deflection. Kettering fans saying that's a corner. Nothing given by the referee, and it is a goal kick.
Kettering fans. Well, yes, we often use the Kettering fans as our own VAR, don't we? And they said corner.
PAR.
So, PAR, yeah. We won't tell you what. We won't. Oh, okay. That's what the P stands for.
What the P stands for. Yeah.
I could think of many things
So
that
can
P
I,
would
but,
stand for.
Not while we're on air. As Thacker squares the ball through, but Enty should win this if he can. He does, and he's been pushed in the back. But gets the ball back to McGrath. Time marching on here for Kettering, which is good news for Paul Cox's side. And he tries to find Mitford, can't, but a poor decision there by the fullback.
Michael McNally, Blythe losing 4-1, Curzon losing 3-0 and Bradford losing 2-0. David Parker can't wait for Boxing Day. Marcus Beecher and in Ashted. Darren Young, as it stands, will be up to 19th, 8th clear of the second bottom Blythe.
Absolutely marvellous as Kelly tries to come forward, but it's intercepted. It's a throw into Kettering on the far side, halfway in the Alfreton half on the far side, down by the gantry where it's being filmed. Thrown by Kelly, but he only finds the number 8. He delivers the ball, intercepted by McGrath, and McGrath's header goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. More precious seconds ticking away as the Reds, Alfreton, on a depressing run really of at the moment under Billy Heath, but they have 25 points. Kettering will be getting closer to that if this scoreline remains at 2-0. Throw into Kettering, far side. McGrath lets that go into the stand. Spectator goes to collect the ball. Yes, the flashing helmet or light has gone, hasn't it? On the far side. I wonder if the battery's gone out there or he's had his head chopped off. Hopefully it's the latter.
Andrew Tressler, stop looking down the table. How far to the playoff?
Steady. There's a push there, and thinking by the referee as then Enty is bowled down to the ground. It's hooked back. Luke Graham needs to win this, but it's Connor Sulkin that wins
Connor
it.
Sulkin.
Connor Sulkin to Johnson, and Paul White low dives to his right, collects the ball, and a rather scuff shot actually from Johnson, but Paul White did well, and all the Kettering staff out there congratulating and cheering the team on, encouraging them as you would imagine. So we'll try and get an interview with Paul Cox after the game, which will be on our website later. Cleared by Alfreton. It's a good clearance. Finds Tomlinson. Has to play it back though to Thacker. Thacker right-footed. Sends away Morgan Smith. Graham underneath it. It comes off Graham, and then Richards gets in the way. Connor Kennedy and Sulkin. It's Connor Kennedy. Gets it to Mitford, who's got both goals. He's back at defending at the moment. Gives it to Storer. He plays it on to Claxton, Preston, and it's a throw-in.
13 from the playoffs, 8 ahead of relegation. Stranger things have happened. Fair point.
Well, there's a booking going in now for Enty for dissent at the appalling decision made by the referee there, I think, because it was a terrible decision where it came off the number 12. And
it's a free kick. Apparently, Enty has pushed the Alfreton player.
Well,
and then said something to the referee, which he's taken exception to.
Paul White's calling for it and collects it well, like an Australian outfielder there, and doesn't drop the ball.
Yes,
very
he is
good.
an Australian outfielder. I can see the sandpaper from here.
Oh, matron. He wipes his beard on his gloves and delivers the ball towards Mitford, but it's won by the number 12 Qualto, who's got a central position in the defence towards Storer. Cut it out though. Connor Kennedy can't get there. Lynch can, and it comes off a Kettering player again. The referee gives it to Alfreton. I think this time he's right. I'm going to referee 4 out of 10 for his efforts today as the board is appearing. Ball flicked on towards Morgan Smith. Morgan Smith challenged by Salkin, then put out by Luke Graham, who almost decapitated Ben Marvin, who looks at us thinking that was close. And would have been quite hard in the gentleman's area if he had been hit, as Thacker tries to get the ball in. It comes off Kennedy, but it's hooked in towards the back post. There's Johnson on the far side, going down by the byline, gets the ball in. There's Morgan Smith, Paul White, brilliant one-handed save there. What a save from Paul White. Tips it by the post, and he does his Conor McGregor impression once again. What a fantastic save. That's two he's made.
Absolute incredible save. What a save that is. The header went back across goal. Looked like it was nestling into the bottom corner. Paul White changed directions perfectly, launched himself and tipped it round the post. That is a spectacular save. Really top quality goalkeeping from Paul White.
Well, Mitford's got the ball. He's trying to release Richards, but he can't. And Danny Preston's going to get the throw in. Time for our man of the match, really.
Yeah, do you think, how the hell are Alfreton losing? Well, it's partly down to Trey Mitford, partly down to Paul White at the moment.
Those two players, they've not conceived.
Simon Blowfield, Paul White for England. There's a couple of issues with that.
He's Irish.
He's Irish. And
and the other issue? He wears a beard.
Yeah. No England goalkeeper must have a beard. That is written in the FA's constitution.
They can have a ponytail though, can't they? But not a bit. But ball's flicked through. Salkin clears the ball, and Mitford trying to get there, can't get there. Thacker does. Thacker takes a touch, another touch, plays it out square. 4 minutes of added time. So 4 minutes to run down the clock, and if that's so, that'll be Kettering's third win under Paul Cox. 2 away from home and 1 at Latimer Park.
Simon Blowfield says, I don't care that he's Irish. Getting me. Oh, well, yeah. Edmund Master. If the season ends now, Paul White would be player of the season. Has made some incredible saves in recent weeks.
Well, there's 2 fantastic saves. I just hope that the cameraman from wherever has actually got them on film, because believe me, you'll see 2 of the best saves that you'll see in non-league football, and that is no exaggeration. It is.
Just let Alfreton score 1, says Yap Jiashing. I guess he's probably an Alfreton fan. Well, we can't be having that, can we? No, I mean, man of the match.
I'm going to go for Paul White.
Well, no, Paul White's been fantastic, but you cannot have a player score 2 goals and not give him man of the match, I'm afraid. Trey Mitford's been sensational.
If he scores this one now and gets his hat-trick, I'll agree with you.
Well, he'll go to the corner, I'd imagine.
I'm going to give it jointly then to them, because I think both players have been outstanding. Gets the ball to Conor Kennedy. Kennedy's got a nosebleed, not sure what to do. He turns around, might try a shot, does, in it comes, and that's more akin, I suppose, really, to Kingston Rovers than it is to football, as it goes sailing right over the post.
Can we give joint man of the matches?
Yeah.
Yeah, in which case then yes, because Paul White's saved 2 certain goals which will have effectively won Kettering this match, because it would have been 2-2 had it not been for those saves. So yeah, I think they've both won us the game in their own right.
Yeah, it's difficult to separate the 2 as the ball has been put towards Jordan Wright. He has to exert himself. He plays the ball long towards Morgan Smith. He heads the ball on, but Richards intercepts. It ricochets back to McGrath. There's a bit of a foul there, says the referee, on Danny Clark. Not in a dangerous position at the moment. Time running out. I'm going to say it now, hopefully not too early, but if this should remain 2-0, this will be Paul White's 49th game without conceding a goal. So he's getting into the ranks.
Still got 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, 49 appearances. Well, he's had 49 appearances without conceding a goal, which he's catching up Mr. Shoemake and Mr. Harper.
Cheers, Mark. Yeah, unbelievable insight, Ed. Top work. If Alfreton had scored twice, we'd be drawing. You know what I mean. It was. Don't take my words out of context. That was part of a longer sentence. Free kick.
Johnson then chips it in. Bit of push in there. Nothing given by the referee. Blatant pushing us. Thacker tries to get it back in again. Offside should be given. Not. And it goes out. Will Johnson keep this all allowed to go for a throw-in? He allows it to go for the throw-in.
Must be why we pay Ed the big bucks.
That's true, because I get paid nothing. Yeah. It is out towards the 14, Tomlinson, plays it to Preston. Preston wide, left-footed towards Paul White, comes out, then he's fouled after there.
Dear.
Now that should be something here. Morgan Smith collides with Paul White, who goes down with the ball. And Paul Cox had just said that you're an absolute disgrace to the linesman there. Paul White has got the ball.
I'm not too sure how much of the ball he was going for, to be honest.
Well, he had it into his hands, didn't he, before there was a challenge, and he's Solkin is going ballistic at the referee, and the referee looking at Solkin. And White still sort of looking bemused by it all. Tells the sports therapist not to come on. No card given. Someone says the referee's a homer, and
He's not even going to book him.
not even going to book him. That was terrible after the ball. That been a Kettering play. Can guarantee he'd have been sent
He'd been off. Yeah.
Double standards of refereeing once again up north.
That's absolutely atrocious.
Mitford.
Handball as well. That's handball as
The
well.
handball missed by the referee there. This referee absolutely
Goodness
useless.
me.
I did say then after 90 minutes I'll re-evaluate.
Well, that's full
No, it doesn't
time.
matter. It doesn't matter. There goes the final whistle. Alfreton Town 0, Kettering Town 2. A fantastic win, and we'll try and get some reaction a little later.
Well, what a win for Kettering. We were saying off air before the game, really, Kettering, it's a must-win game. And indeed, they've done it. It was Trey Mitford, the man who put the ball in the back of the net in the first half when he left the number 5 for dead and dispatched a wonderfully powerful shot into the far corner. And then Paul White, so there's the jingle bells. Then Paul White making a fantastic save from about 3 yards out, tipping the ball over the bar when it was going downwards into the ground. Really good stop from that. And in the second half, the two main men did it again. Trey Mitford went through, looked like he should have passed to Dan NT. He didn't. He cut it on his right foot, curled a wonderful shot past the goalkeeper in off the far post. And then at 2-0 up, Paul White, heroics again, a header back across goal, was destined for the back of the net. Paul White changed direction and tipped the ball past the post. Wonderful goalkeeping, which has earned them joint men of the match. But that's all here from the Impact Arena. Join us on Boxing Day, where we will be at home to Brackley Town. And of course, if you are going to that match, remember there is Dr. Busker after the game in the clubhouse. But all that's left to say here is thank you for listening. We hope you all have an incredibly very Merry Christmas. I would say a Happy New Year as well. We do wish that, but we will be seeing you before the New Year. But enjoy the festivities. Don't get too drunk. Don't do anything we wouldn't do. But I hope that this has made your Christmas just that little bit better. It's finished here. Alfreton Town 0, Kettering Town 2. It is, as we have said all game, jingle bells. Good night.